Hello friends. How are you? Today I am going to tell the story of a new most popular movie, whose name is Johnwick Chapter 4. Now let's move on to the story of the movie. In New York City, John Wick prepares to exact his revenge against the High Table while hiding underground with the Bowery King. He travels to Morocco and kills the Elder, the only individual above the High Table. Because of this, New York Continental Hotel manager Winston Scott and his concierge Sharon are summoned to the Marquis Vincent de Graymont, a senior member of the High Table, who chastises Winston for his failure to assassinate John. To punish Winston, de Graymont strips him of his duties as manager, has the Continental destroyed, and kills Sharon. He then travels to Paris and enlists Kane, a blind, retired High Table assassin and old friend of John's, to kill him, threatening to murder Kane's daughter otherwise. John takes refuge at the Osaka Continental, which is run by his friend Shimazu Koji. De Graymont's assassins, led by his right-hand man Chitty, arrive along with Kane to kill John. Akira, Koji's daughter and the hotel's concierge, orders the hotel evacuated and joins her father, John, and the hotel staff in fighting off the High Table's assassins. Akira is wounded, while Koji tells John how to escape. On his way out, John fights off another wave of assassins, followed by Kane. They are interrupted by a tracker pursuing John for a contract, nicknamed Mr. Nobody, by de Graymont, but he lets John go after deciding the contract money is insufficient. Akira also escapes, but Koji is killed by Kane. John returns to New York and meets with a vengeful Winston at Karen's gravesite. Winston suggests that John challenge de Graymont to a duel, as winning will free him of his obligation to the High Table. Per the table's traditions, John can only request a duel on behalf of a crime family. Seeing as he previously severed his ties to the Ruska Roma, John travels to their headquarters in Berlin to receive a new crest marking his membership to the syndicate. His adoptive sister Katia agrees to do so in exchange for killing Killa, a German High Table senior who murdered her father. John finds and kills Killa in his nightclub. Katia then brands John's arm with a Ruska Roma crest, enabling John to formally request a duel with de Graymont through Winston, who requests the New York Continental rebuilt with him reinstated as manager as part of his terms should John win. In Paris, John and de Graymont decide the parameters of their duel, in a meeting moderated by the Harbinger, the table's emissary. De Graymont nominates a reluctant Kane to fight in his place. The duel is to take place the following sunrise at Sacré-Cœur. The Harbinger informs John that both he and Winston will be executed should he fail to appear on time. The Bowery King arrives in Paris to give John a weapon and a new ballistic suit. De Graymont attempts to prevent John from arriving to the duel by placing a $40 million contract on his head. John fights off hordes of assassins on his way to Sacré-Cœur, including Mr. Nobody, but the latter stops hunting John after he saves Mr. Nobody's dog from being killed by Chitty. Kane aids John in fighting his way up the stairs leading to the Sacré-Cœur. Chitty nearly kills John, but Mr. Nobody kills him first. John and Kane narrowly reach the summit in time to save Winston. The two duel with pistols. Kane gravely wounds John in the first 2 rounds. De Graymont asks to personally execute John for the final round, but John, who had not yet fired his gun, shoots and kills de Graymont. The Harbinger declares him free of his debt to the High Table, though John dies peacefully due to his wounds. After Winston is reinstated as manager of the Continental, he and the Bowery King attend John's funeral, having buried him next to his late wife Helen. Sometime later, Akira approaches Kane, seeking to avenge her father's death. So, that's the whole movie, friends. I hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe my channel for more interesting movies.